tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So we'll speak a little bit about Dhamma before we jump into the Q&A about the land. And specifically today wanted to talk about a quality which some people, maybe those not so new, or those who are new to Buddhism might not have heard of yet. The quality of disenchantment. Disenchantment. So we're surrounded by lots of enchantment in a Buddhist scene. We've got the beauty of ritual and ceremony, and we've got the beauty and the enchantment of relics and beautiful statues. And there's also a huge place for disenchantment. The Pali word, which I hope everybody can learn, if you're up for learning a new Pali word, is Nibbidā. Nibbidā. And the flavor of it is almost Nibbidā. Nibbidā. Let's say it together. Okay. Nibbidā. That's right. N-I-B-B-I-D. Long A. One of those A's with a macron, a line over the top of it. Nibbidā. Nibbidā. And it is this sacred exhale of practice. And last week I mentioned it as one of the qualities. There was a monk, actually the Buddha's barber, Upali, the Venerable Upali, asked for a teaching, as many monks did at the time of the Buddha. He said, Buddha, I would like to go into retreat. Please give me a teaching in brief. Give me a short one. Because the Buddha could give very long discourses. But here the Buddha's, Upali is asking for a very short discourse so that I can go and practice diligent, ardent, resolute, so that I might achieve the Dhamma. And the Buddha gave a very short teaching on 7 qualities, the first of which is this Nibbidā, or disenchantment. And the Buddha said, the qualities of which you may know, Upali, this quality, this Dhamma, this practice, this way of being in the present moment, if it leads to Nibbidā, if it leads to disenchantment, to that sacred exhale, you may definitely hold, this is the Dhamma, this is the Vinaya, or the discipline, this is the teacher's instruction. And if you're doing a practice, Upali, and it doesn't lead to Nibbidā, it doesn't lead to this sacred exhale, the letting go of our grasping, you may definitely hold, this is not the Dhamma, this is not the Vinaya, this is not the teacher's instruction. So a very useful metta practice is the way that you're meditating. Is it leading to more holding on or more letting go? Are you able to step back? Is it making the mind more free or more tense, regardless of whatever your meditation object is? A very useful quality. Is there this? Maybe when I go like this, let's say Nibbidā together. Is there this Nibbidā, or is there not? Asking yourself this from time to time. Is my practice holding more, or am I able to let go? Is my capacity for letting go getting greater? So there are various different translations for Nibbidā. I think the 2 most well-known are disenchantment and disillusionment. And I remember talking with some people, not monks, but some people, and I asked them, I was talking about this quality and said, oh, it's disenchantment. Yeah, disenchantment's exciting. Yeah, disenchantment, come on. Trying to whip them up. Get excited, be excited. And they're like, I'm just not feeling it. I want enchantment. I want enchantment in my life. You know, people drive hours to get to the enchantments. And then you walk for 10 hours around the enchantments. It's something you want more of in your life. Whereas, what is the Buddha talking about here? And this, the Buddha, what he's pointing to, this is the type of enchantment of Gargamel, That guy who was always chasing the Smurfs? This is his type of enchantment. We're trying to disengage from this malicious, malignant type of enchantment. The enchantment of addiction and obsession, and the just default of the mind to just hold on unnecessarily. This is unnecessary and unconscious and really unhelpful enchantment. Although we do talk a lot about dukkha or unsatisfactoriness in Buddhism, there's also a way of talking about Buddhism as it being a training in happiness. One of my favorite Dhammapada verses says that when you realize that by letting go of a lesser happiness, you gain a higher happiness. The wise person lets go of the lesser happiness with their sights on that higher happiness. So what disenchantment is, it's the disenchantment to all of the baubles and the highly sugared, if we're not in a high sugar phase of life, all of the bright lights and the type of pleasure, which it's okay. No diss, no hate. There's no, nothing inherently wrong with the beautiful things of the world. But there are more refined things. There are more subtle pleasures. The pleasures of meditation, really, certainly once you get the hang of it and are reliably able to shift into this Nibbidā. When you figure out how to actually exhale and let go and step back and realize that the mind is a bigger thing than you ever imagined, when that's a maneuver, a procedure, a posture which you can just step back into, then why not do it? It feels a lot better than just being utterly attached, being wound up in the gears of your default cravings and attachments and aversions. And so would just invite people, for myself, the movement, that posture of mind is a moving back, this framing of unhooking for me. It's not just a word, it's actually just as yoga postures are, you shift from one to another, so too you can shift where the mind is focusing. And so much of our attention, so much of the time, is forward trajectory. And if we have any kind of obsession, or if we're hating something or somebody, we just zoom utterly into the smallest part. We just become so good at finding fault. The aperture of the mind goes from one of being a wide angle to being this close-up, seeing faults. It's just a laser beam, just fault, got it. Whereas if you can step back and actually shift out to unhook from that, realize, what does it feel like? And all of us know what it feels like to feel tight and feel grippy. Feel grippy. Just with your left hand, squeeze if you're up for it. No pressure if you don't like squeezing, but squeeze, make a grip and go super tight. How tight can you make your left hand grip? How clinchy can you clench that fist? Okay, and Nibbidā. Let that hand go. And so that's the letting go of Nibbidā. That's the stepping back. When you realize that your attention has shut down and is getting fixated and obsessed on all of the things that we know, and you know, and your husband knows, and your wife knows, and your friend know, and your kids definitely know. They know where your buttons are, and we get pushed, and then we'll find all of a sudden, and what Buddhism is doing, what meditation is teaching us to do, is to have the mindfulness. And mindfulness isn't just one technique. It's being able to step back and see more broadly this manager mind, or the one step up mind that says, okay, things are a little bit tense. Okay, the shoulders are tense, the face is tense, the muscles around the eyes and the hands. I'm holding on to something, and just unhook. The unhook muscle of the mind. it's almost a magic word. Just unhook. Even if you don't know what that means, just, okay, unhook, whatever that means. Because the body can feel what that actually means. And that's Nibbidā, that's disenchantment or disillusionment. Disillusionment. This is becoming disenchanted with the illusions that we so often impute, are pretty much automatically imputing upon the world. We don't see the world as it is. We see it through the filters of our greed and anger and delusion and confusion and anxiety and remorse. All these filters, all the boiling, we're not seeing clearly through clear water. We're seeing muddledly through muddled and muddy and boiling, dyed water. Disillusionment. I had a friend, a monk friend, who when he was a lay person, his dad used to take him to see magic shows. And his dad took him to see David Copperfield. Remember him, the magician? David Copperfield disappeared the whole Statue of Liberty. And his dad took him to this show in New York City, actually at the Statue of Liberty. And they paid something like $200 a seat. And their seats were close. They were so close that they were actually on the side of the stage. And so much on the side of the stage that when David Copperfield said, "Shazam," or whatever he said, they could see that, okay, the curtains fall and everybody who's in front, they're going with the illusion. What's going to happen? Is it going to disappear? It's huge. Statue of Liberty, it's huge. Can he really make it disappear? And then a few seconds later, curtains open and everybody in front sees illusion, no Statue of Liberty. Whereas my homeboy monk, he's on the side. He saw that the whole stage moved. The whole stage moved and all the audience moved except for him and his dad. And they're just watching David Copperfield just be a complete schmuck. No illusion. This is the unhooking. Okay, disillusion. You know, it's fun. It's fun to have fun when you know how, but being trapped in the illusions of life, you know, it sucks when that illusion which we're positing and imputing, throwing and painting the world with, when it causes trouble for us and the ones we love most, when we're painting the world not in a beautiful way, but just out of habit and really in an ugly way. So being able to disengage with that, you don't have to create the illusion. The Thai word. So we've taught in one Pali word, which is Nibbidā. Nibbidā. And the Thai word for this is really fun. It is Bua. Bua Nai. Bua Nai. Maybe you can say that together. The first part especially, the first word, Bua. 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 And that first word, Bua, you say Bua Nai together, and it's this sacred disillusionment. But the first word, Bua, just means boring. It just means boring. Like that TV show? Nah, Bua. That TV show is boring. Netflix series, seen it before, Bua. Whereas Bua Nai is this almost sacred or holy boredom. So I've seen this show before. I was the producer. I was the director. I starred in it. I cast everybody in it. It's boring. Nah, Bua, Bua Nai. So just being able to take that backward step to unhook. This is what the Buddha was saying when he said that the qualities of which you may know, the moments that you can realize that if this leads to disenchantment, if I can bring disenchantment, disillusionment, Bua Nai to the situation, this is the Dhamma, this is the Vinaya, the discipline, this is the practice, this is the teacher's instruction. So can we do that for the rest of this morning, during our next meditation sit, for the rest of the talk, the Q&A? While we eat, we got a potluck here. Food definitely enchants us. But can we step back and have a choice? This is freedom of choice. That's what we're learning in meditation and Buddhism, is freedom of choice. We don't have to be a slave to those old movies. So leave that there.
On the mind.